6 quadrillion% APY from Jade protocol. Now, we've seen some crazy OHM fork percentages. However, Jade definitely takes the cake here. And long story short, this is, when it's too good to be true, it is too good to be true. But again, no APY that's this absurd will ever last this long, even though I'm pretty sure they did this as a boost. Oh, so yeah, it says right here, this is a temporary APY boost for the 0 APY glitch earlier. Yeah, that's, it's a little bit of a huge glitch to have, having 0 APY, but that's just my thought process. Long story short, we're gonna break down this particular protocol, what they're currently doing, what the actual smart protocol that they're working with right now. So if we just go and scroll down, you'll see this right over here. They're promising something and alluding to something really interesting. And the whole ploy that they're going for, and we'll dive into this in just a minute, is diamond hands will get the most. So they're basically alluding to the fact that you want to hold something big is coming, and quite frankly, there's no other updates since then, at least not that I've followed, that I've seen. But then again, I recently woke up. It's 5 p.m. and I worked all night. So again, sleep schedule is completely off. But long story short is, will I actually be participating in this particular OHM fork on BSC? So it's on Binance Smart Chain. And in my opinion, right now, there's so many other possibilities and potential plays, and those two that I'll give to you later after we dissect Jade protocol and Smart Farm that they're working with. I'll go ahead and show you what the play is, what that one crypto is, and the NFT project that I'm getting into, which I believe and I deem to be way safer, and the ROI, even though it might not be as great as Jade protocol, like the crazy amounts, at least I can pretty much secure the fact that I won't potentially be rugged and lose all my money. But I'm not saying Jade is a scam or anything. I don't want you to think that. I'm just saying that again, I like to look at things in a safer aspect. I am a degenerate, I am a degenerate crypto enthusiast. I will go ahead and go into something like Wonderland Time, OHM, even though those are safer now. Jade can, be a really good OHM fork on BSC, but we got to dissect it. If you haven't done so yet, please go ahead and follow me on Twitter. This video I'm going to pin to the top, and I'm going to give away literally 200 USDT for anybody that likes, retweets, and follows me as well. And these typically end in around 72 to 3 to 4 days. And you can see right here, 18 minutes ago, I just picked a winner. I recorded a video and put it so people didn't think that this was, fake or anything. And I'll just send somebody completely random 200 USDT just for retweeting, liking, and following me on Twitter. Not only that, but this is where I also post my nitty-gritty plays, the really, really good ones that I believe are going to see exponential growth. And as a matter of fact, I just went ahead and put a play out, which we'll talk about in this video. And I put in roughly $23,000 at the current time. I DCA'd my way in, but I have a total of anywhere from $30,000 to $40,000 with dollar cost averaging if the orders hit, which will be great, but we'll get to that in just a little bit. But you're here because you want to see the nitty-gritty details about Jade protocol and this 6 quadrillion%. Now, again, it's not at 6, it's not anywhere near this anymore. As a matter of fact, if we go ahead and refresh this page, it's probably down more since I just refreshed it. Oh, it's up more. It's back to 1 billion% APY. Now, let's dissect what is Jade protocol. Jade protocol, like I already said multiple times, I'm not going to keep repeating myself after this. It's a OHM fork, so an OLYMPUS DAO fork, just like Wonderland, but Wonderland is on Avalanche. And long story short, this is on Binance Smart Chain. Now, again, there's so many OHM forks. They can be so risky. We saw what happened. I'm sorry for anybody if I'm really, kind of hitting a soft spot, if this is like a tender situation here. I'm sorry for everybody who was involved with Snowbank. Snowbank, we saw, listen, I wasn't involved with Snowbank, but there was a lot of FUD and a lot of stuff happening after this potential rug, maybe. I'm not too sure. Listen, if it looks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it's a duck, right? And typically something like this is an indicator of something really shady going on. So I'm sorry for anybody who got, duped with Snowbank. Again, it's an Olympic fork DAO on Avalanche, but we've seen something like Wonderland Time isn't this bad. So just so you know, you have to be careful when you're looking to invest into these OHM forks. You can just look on Twitter and just see so much FUD, not FUD, but I guess facts in the community just rallying against Snowbank, and we can just see long story short, if it looks like a duck, it quacks like a duck, it's a duck. This is a rug. I mean, I'm just going to call it like it is. I'm sorry to everybody who got affected, but this is why you have to be very careful. Videos like mine will really help you, but I'm not perfect. I have had my fair share of rug pulls over such a long period of time. I kind of know what to look for, the signs of an incoming rug. And long story short, guys, is that if it's too good to be true and it continues for a very long time to be too good to be true, then most likely it is. However, you can go ahead and have the argument with me of saying, okay, Dan, well, Wonderland time, you're preaching about it, you talk about it, you invest in it, that's too good to be true. Now, I don't want to lead you astray and tell you that Wonderland time is, just as safe as everything else. Now, here's the thing. Everybody always tells me, well, we know who the actual creator is of time. And to be fair, I personally have not confirmed that. I haven't done research on if that is true. So for me, it's speculation. However, all of these DAOs, essentially, the teams always typically remain anonymous, even though they use a pseudonym. So some people are like, oh, well, they're not anonymous. Even though they're using a pseudonym, we don't know their real names, etc. So I know there's people in the comments that are going to be like, nope, we already know who the creator is. However, I will do more research on this. I will create an updated video on time in Wonderland once I really go even deeper to if I find evidence of the team, and if I can confirm anything, then I'll create a video around that. However, I don't want to tell you that any DAO is safe, to be quite honest with you. And long story short is you have to make calculated decisions, and you have to make a really strategic kind of risk to reward ratio, which brings me back to Jade. I mean, look, listen, their chart, it's obviously correcting. We saw what happened the moment it went ahead and was listed. This is a typical chart. Now we want to see exactly where this goes. There's $9 million in liquidity inside of the actual Jade BUSD pool. But let's actually take a look at the actual contract over here. So something that I looked at, the recent tweet, right? Number of new wallets added in the last 24 hours. We could see that they claim 2,134. Now, I don't necessarily know if they mean connected wallets to the actual site, or if they mean holders here. Because again, number of new wallets added in the last 24 hours, they're like probably nothing. 2,134 doesn't necessarily equate to the total holders of Jade. So if anybody knows exactly what they mean, because I'm not really picking up on this. They say new wallets added in the last 24 hours. I'm not too sure where the correlation is when I see Jade with 2,134. However, their holders over here only reflect 1,732 addresses. But again, I'm going to the contract here. I can see the actual contract creation date, which was 10 days ago. So again, I see pretty much everything that I need. And the Jade token over here, the only thing is I just don't see that number correlating to what they're tweeting over here, which is a little strange. But again, if you know something that I don't, can you leave it in the comments for me, please? Now I want to take a second to really reflect on something so you can see this. It's on DeFiLlama.com, right? Now I'm going to go to just basically the entire overview of all chains of how much actual TVL there is. So total value locked. So essentially how much is in the DeFi space locked in, real life dollar, if you will. So we can see right over here that the TVL in USD is 267.81 billion. That's huge. That's massive, massive, massive. Now we can just see the growth of the DeFi space has been just tremendous, especially, over the last year, I would say. So if we just take a look, where's 2021 start? So 2020, yeah, over the last year has just been insane. DeFi is going to just blow up even more. But the reason why I'm showing you this is because I want you to see different chains, because Jade is on BSC, OHM, so Olympus DAO is Ethereum. We have Wonderland, which is on AVAX, Avalanche. So I want to really show you the chain dominance, and why this is important is because you have to understand that these APYs, basically how much you're making when you stake, the bigger the chain is, right? So the more people that use that particular layer one, that is going to typically have way lower APYs because of the fact that a lot more people are using that particular layer one, and thus if they use that particular protocol, the APY is reflected off of how many people are staking. So just so you know, the more people that stake, let's just say the more people that stake Wonderland, the lower the APY goes. And that's typically how it works in the DeFi space. The more stakers that you have in a pool, the lower the APY tends to go. And again, those APYs are typically typically determined by oracles. Now, if you take a look at a traditional type of staking, a staking pool or again a yield farm. So now, if you take a look at something like Beefy, Beefy's a really well established, very well known yield farm. So long story short, you can see that the APYs here are all determined and they're pulled by, if you go look at their GitHub repository, you can see that they have an oracle. Now, again, I'm not a developer. However, I do know a blockchain dev that has helped me with various coding projects in the past, and he explained to me how oracles work, and something like Beefy and other yield farming protocols, they determine the APYs based off of an oracle. Now, you see right here, 1inch uses 1inch, uses ApeSwap, uses Belt. Some of these might use PancakeSwap. So right here, see this uses PancakeSwap. What Beefy does is essentially Beefy talks to PancakeSwap, and PancakeSwap is essentially the oracle for them. And they basically say, hey, PancakeSwap, how much will you guys go ahead and provide us in APY if we get people to go ahead and provide liquidity on our platform? And then PancakeSwap is like, hey, we'll give you this amount of percentage. However, PancakeSwap also needs to figure out how to determine that, and they use an oracle, whether that's something like Chainlink or whether that's one that they develop themselves. Again, I'm not a developer, so I can't really go too in-depth into that. But what I can tell you is that APYs are typically determined based off of oracles, which is why when I saw that tweet from Jade that says, hey, we reset the APY, I was just like, wait, what? I was like, so in my head, I'm just thinking you guys have full control of resetting and basically doing whatever they want with the APY. And just for reference, to tie this all together for you, we can see Olympus DAO went ahead and on February, they said development TWAP Oracle contract, AKA who is providing the APY data to go ahead and determine those numbers is an oracle, and it's TWAP, TWAP, TWAP oracles versus Chainlink oracle, the price feed oracles, right? You need a price feed in order to go ahead and determine the value of whatever it is that's being staked and to spit out those APYs, whether it goes up or down. So what really, again, I'm not a developer, so I don't want to use this as a negative light, but to me, why I'm personally not looking to jump headfirst into Jade is because the fact that they can reset, or they can go out there and just change it. There's a glitch because it went to 0, and then they can put it to whatever the heck number they want. I don't like that. To me, it's a red flag. I'm not saying that this is a scam at all. To me personally, just doing research, I don't like that. Like it doesn't sit right with me. I don't see OHM. I don't see Wonderland be like, oh wait guys, our oracle didn't work right. We're gonna go ahead and boost everybody. No, again, I'm not a developer, so I don't want to speak on that, but it just seems kind of weird to me. So that's just my little input there about that particular situation. So now that we went over all of that, great. You can go ahead and stake Jade over here. I'm not connecting my wallet. Again, like I said, I'm just not too comfortable with Jade yet. But just like Wonderland, I wasn't comfortable with Wonderland in the very beginning. Doesn't mean I won't be comfortable in the near future. I'm going to give this some time, even though I might miss out on a massive opportunity. Even if it goes down to like 200, 300,000 or 80,000 like Wonderland APY, I'm going to be okay with that. All right. So as long as I could see the repetitiveness of users coming in and not getting duped. So don't forget to take a look at the LP percentages. If it's more than the actual 5-day ROI, it's probably in your best interest to go ahead and get a bond, the Jade BUSD LP, and stake in that LP. So that's just my little feedback for you in regards to Jade Protocol. Last thing I want to talk about over here is Jade Protocol. They're alluding to something that's upcoming essentially. So right over here, let's dive into it. They have a massive announcement that they said just coming soon, just stake until then. What they're doing is a little game that Smart Coin Farm alluded to. The game, be well positioned as we approach phase 10. Many have forgotten what Smart Coin is. Smarter Coin, reminder, phase 10 is the launch of a potentially multi-billion-dollar industry-changing protocol. So it's a new protocol that's gonna be released. They're alluding to it. They're saying just diamond hands it, just go ahead and keep staking and follow us on Twitter, follow us on Discord, whatever it is. I'm interested. I want to see what this is, because that's a big claim. It's a hefty claim. A potentially multi-billion-dollar industry changing protocol, I'll be the first one in there if it's, completely industry changing. You like watch that hardcore, because if it is, you never know. If it is, then you're right on the forefront. So what they're saying is you basically want to hold Smart R and Jade. So I don't want to go too deep into all of this just yet, because I want to see how this unfolds, but I'm going to be interested to see what their essentially Smart R token, the token that their Smart R will be released as an initial token offering for all current SMRT holders. It seems to be what it seems like to me this is almost like a governance token, if you will. So again, I don't know exactly what the token utility is here, and I think that's what they're alluding to, is that the actual utility for this new token that they're releasing to the current holders is going to be very, very useful for what they're building, for what they're going to come out with. But nobody's telling us what is actually coming out. They're just saying it's a billion, even $1 trillion idea. So again, that's Jade Protocol. They're again partnered with Smart Coin Farm, or they maybe are Smart Coin Farm. So with all that being said, what I encourage you to do is just do more research on this and just take a look even deeper, because this is a very basic video synopsis. And if you want to invest, do it. This isn't financial advice. But let me get to the exact two things that I'm putting my money into, not Jade Protocol as of right now. First thing is first, I also tweeted about this, just so you know. I'll go to my profile and you can see. So literally, I can go ahead and pull this up for you. It's Cryo War. Okay, so Cryo War is a gaming play. And it's right over here, Cryo War, and it's dipping right now. It's dipping pretty heavily. I'm dollar cost averaging my way in. Anywhere from $30,000 to $40,000 I have all my buy orders ladder down into. Right now, I do have $23,000 about allocated into Cryo War, and I definitely see this going to a probably $300-400 million market cap when the hype is there around this game, which means that we'll see around a 3 to 4x. So even a 3x will put this at $12. 4x we'll put this at what is that? 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, $16. Just did math right in front of your face. So long story short, if I put in, let's just say I leave it right now at 20K, just for simplicity of math purposes, and it hits a 3x, I'll have 60K, I'm out. If it hits 4K, great. I missed the opportunity, but I'm looking for a 3x on Cryo War. I do believe the 3x, all right, hitting a $300 million market cap is going to happen, because think about this. I want to show you this really quickly. Is Cryo War, and again, this isn't sponsored. I have nothing to do with this, just so you know. But if you do buy and it pumps all the way up to that $9 or that $12 and $16 range, just know I will be selling. So if you buy at that point, you're probably buying my bags. So that's a very, very, very clear warning to you, just saying. So next gen blockchain multiplayer game. It's a gaming play. But here's the thing, okay, is we see Cryo War at 87 million, right? Let's take a look at a game that has so much hype around it right now. It's at 200 million, right? Even if Cryo War does a 2x, so it goes to 200 million, I'm doubling my money essentially. It would go from 20,000 to 40,000 just by going from 80 million to 160, so close to 200 million. And D-Race has a lot of hype around it. So again, and wow, it's actually taken a pretty big hit over the last few hours. I definitely believe in Cryo War. This is one that I'm investing in heavily, and it's a short-term position. And last but not least, I'm also going to be getting a mint. And I thank you, by the way, for everybody that helped me in the last video who joined the Discord for Crypto Capital Collective. I needed to reach a certain amount of invites in order to get on the whitelist, and it's a project that I absolutely love, and let me show you what it is. It's essentially just a collective of whales and investors that are giving insider information like plays and all of that on what's upcoming and what's going to happen in the crypto space, the NFT space, the stock space, and recently there was a post in there about one of the actual collective members. One of them turned $1 million, and he posted a screenshot in there as well. It's amazing, into over 10 million in just a few months. This is one that I'm definitely looking to get into, and I would recommend, if you guys like money and want insider info, to check them out. I guess the Discord will be in the bio. It'll help me with the invites as well, and it'll probably make me look good if they do any type of contest along the way. So with that being said, this is all I have for you guys as of today. If you really enjoyed this, please smash the like button and consider subscribing to this channel as well. Not only that, but follow me on Twitter at DeSilvaShadow for the incredible plays that I'm getting into, and just alts that I'm really hyper focused on. And again, I've been getting stuff so right recently, and everybody's just been in awe and just very thankful and grateful for being able to, see what I'm doing and me just putting it out. So I'm happy to everybody who, again, it's not financial advice ever, but I'm happy for all of you that are getting these wins. Thank you so much for watching. My name's Dan from the Hidden Gem Network. I will catch you all tomorrow, or maybe sooner. If I don't sleep tonight, I'll catch you soon.